are the first grade math teachers at Prairieville Primary. I am Dominique Perkins, one of the teachers.
I'm Roxanne Moyer.
And I'm Christy Doucette. I am Miss Plaisance' sub right now.
We know that this time right now is a little difficult and it's something new for all of us, but together we're hoping to be able to make this a more of a transitional time to be able to use these videos in a way that can help you with this process, even though we're not going to be right there next to you.
So these next couple of videos are going to be mainly not really of us. We just wanted to see your beautiful faces and let you see ours. And so there's just going to be kind of an instructional thing to help you, help your parents know exactly what you should be doing and kind of explain all the little steps, things. These things are stuff that you guys already know. Y'all are going to rock this out because it's stuff from first quarter, stuff from second quarter. And so we're just going to lay out everything and really just be able to tell you kind of what you need to be doing and things like that. We hope all of you are behaving for your parents and not driving them crazy. And we love you so much and we miss you. And we hate that we can't see you every day. But we hope to be able to see you on these videos just for a little short time. And then hope that what we do can help you guys.
Alrighty guys, let's get started. Hey guys, it's Miss Perkins here. Today we're going to be looking at Day 1, Lesson 1 in the packet. And in this lesson, we're going to be talking about being able to solve, take apart with add and unknown math stories using our math drawings, equations, and statements. So looking at this first one, it says there are blank apples. Blank have worms. Yuck. How many good apples are there? Now, under the first sentence, it says whole. So there are blank apples. That means our whole is going to go in that first blank. Blank have worms. It says a part. So that's going to be one of our parts. And then how many good apples are there? Well, that's our other part. So let's see if we can answer those questions first. There are blank apples. Well, how many apples are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples. There are 6 apples. Blank have worms. Well, let's see how many of these apples have worms. 1, 2, 3. 3 have worms. How many good apples are there? Well, there's 1, 2, 3 good apples. So now, looking at this, we can do our number bond. Well, our whole is already done for us. So now we can do our two parts, which this one we know is a part. 1, because it tells us. And 2, because we know that one part is going to be how many worms, and the other part is going to be how many good apples there are. So looking at this, we know we have 1, 2, 3 that have worms in it. And there's 1, 2, 3 that are good. So we know that 6 minus 3 equals 3. So there are 3 good apples in this batch. Now this next one in your packet, if you would like, you can pause the video to where you can try this one on your own. Alright guys, now let's check our work. It says blank books are in the case. Blank books are on the top shelf. How many books are on the bottom shelf? Well, it says blank books are in the case. That means I have to count how many books altogether in this case. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books that are in the case. Blank books are on the top shelf. So I'm only going to be counting the books that are on this top shelf right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books on the top shelf. Then we have to figure out how many books are on the bottom shelf. Well, first, let's look at our number bond and let's add in the information that we know so far. Well, we know that in this part of our number bond right here, that's where our whole goes. That's how many books are in the case. So this is our whole. Well, how many books are in the case? Well, we just wrote it right here, but we can also double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books are in the case. Now, how many are on the top shelf? Well, we said there were 5, but let's always double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or in the top shelf. So I'm going to label that with a T. Now we can figure out how many are in the bottom shelf by counting. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bottom shelf. So 9 minus, we have to figure out our part, equals our other part. Well, 9 minus the top shelf, how many books were in the top shelf? They were 5. Equals how many were in the bottom shelf, which was our question, which is 4. 9 minus 5 equals 4. So how many books are on the bottom shelf? 4 books are on the bottom shelf. Alrighty, guys. Now, Miss Moyer is going to explain how to do this next one.
All right, boys and girls. On this next one, they give us all of the information in the word problem. So we're going to read our word problem, and we're going to figure out what we can do with that. It's number 3 says, there are 8 animals at the pond. 2 are big, the rest are small. How many are small? So if you notice in our word problem, we heard those words, the rest. The rest is telling us that we have a missing what? A missing part. So here they tell us how many animals there are. They don't give us a picture this time. We are going to have to do that. So let's go ahead and draw what we know. Let's read the first sentence. The first sentence says there are 8 animals at the pond. So let's stop. What can we draw? What do we know? We know that there's 8. So we're going to draw 8 circles and a 5 group drawing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now we're going to stop and we're going to read the next question, or the next sentence. 2 are big. What can we do with those 2? Are we going to add 2? No, it didn't say that 2 more. It said 2 are big. 2 of those 8 are big. So we're going to circle the part that we know. And we're going to put just a little 2 right there. Those are big. Then it says the rest are small. So that's our question. That's our part that we don't know. We're trying to figure out what the rest are. Before we move on to our subtraction sentence, let's go ahead and fill out what we know in our number bond. We know that there were 8 animals in the pond, so we know that 8 is our whole. These are the 8 animals in the pond. Then we know that it told us that 2 are big, so we know that 2 is one of our parts. And we're going to label that with a B for big. Then it says the rest are small. So we're going to put an S right there and a little question mark because we know that that is our missing part. Here, we're going to fill out what we know in our number sentence. We know that we have 8. We're going to take away those 2 we know, and then whatever is left is going to be our missing part. So let's count what we know, what is left to find that missing part. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many are small? 6 animals are small. That's our missing part. And that's what we use to fill in our statement. All right, guys, we're going to pause for just a second and we're going to let you can pause the video and you can fill this out using what you know. Just remember that on this one, you are going to be able to choose the parts. It only gives us what we have in the classroom, but you are going to decide this time how you might have those parts or how you might split those girls and boys up. I'm going to give you just 1 second. I'm going to go ahead. You can go ahead and pause the video and then we'll continue. All right, guys. So number 4 says, let's go ahead and check your work. Number 4 says there are 7 students in the class. Blank students are girls. How many students are boys? So there are many different answers that you could have had for this, but we're going to just look at some of the possibilities. So of course it says there are 7 students in the class. So what do we know about 7? We know that 7 is our whole. We know that we get to choose the other part. So the first thing we're going to do, reading that first sentence, there are 7 students in the classes. We're going to draw our 7 circles. Now that we have our 7 circles, you can circle any part of that. You want to say, oh, well, I want 2 girls in my classroom. You can put 2 students are girls, and then you would put that and you would label that with a G for girls. And then, of course, the rest, everything that's left is going to be your boys. So then here for our missing part would be our boys, and that would be 4. You can take our whole, subtract the part you know, and that would be our other part. Oops. Oopsies. So let me fix that because that's not 4. I miscounted. It is 5. That's what Miss Moyer gets for not counting. And then, of course, your answer in the statement would be 5 students are boys. Now, boys and girls, you could have chosen that there were 4 girls in your class. And then, of course, we know that it would be 4 girls. And then what would be left would be 3 boys. You also could have said you wanted 1 girl in your class and the rest would be 6 boys. Or you could have even said that you wanted all 7 girls and no boys. So there was a lot of different opportunities for you to do different things in there. But this is the process that you should have taken to get there.